Okay, let's dive right into this. AI is evolving incredibly fast, and while a lot of the tools out there are great at chatting or doing basic tasks, there's a new model that just dropped that completely changes the game. I'm talking about Grok 4.3 from XAI. Now, what's wild to me is that almost nobody talked about this at first. Seriously, there was no massive launch event, no countdown timer, no flashy hype reel. It just kind of quietly appeared inside the platform one day. But make no mistake, this might literally be one of the most powerful AI upgrades we've seen all year. This explainer is going to serve as your high-energy, educational guide to exactly what Grok 4.3 can do. We're going to focus heavily on its unique capability to bridge that massive gap between just suggesting ideas and actually executing them.
To get you up to speed fast, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the shift to execution, break down the 3 major workflow upgrades, look at performance, costs, and voice tools, cover the essential trade-offs, and finally, pinpoint exactly who should be using this right now.
All right, let's kick things off with part 1, the shift to execution. Getting started is actually remarkably seamless. If you're a premium tier user, you can access it right now just by logging in and selecting the Grok 4.3 model right from your dashboard. That unlocks these new automation features immediately, and a wider rollout is already in motion. And this brilliantly illustrates how this upgrade fundamentally changes our interaction with AI. Look, most tools today are stuck in what I call the suggest things phase, right? You get an outline, but you still have to go do the actual work. Grok 4.3 pushes aggressively into the execute things phase. It doesn't just recommend, it runs tasks, it watches videos, and it actually builds documents for you.
The developers really captured this philosophy perfectly with this quote. The goal wasn't just to make it smarter at chat. The goal was to make it actually do real work. I mean, think about that. This isn't just some small patch update to fix typos or make the AI sound a bit more polite. No, this is a major, across-the-board upgrade designed to act as a literal execution engine for your daily business routines.
So let's move into part 2, 3 major workflow upgrades.
These are the 3 massive upgrades that are going to remove so much friction from your day-to-day operations. First up, built-in document creation. Grok 4.3 generates polished, ready-to-use PDFs, spreadsheets, and full presentations directly inside the platform. You don't need to copy-paste into Google Docs or external tools anymore. Second, native video understanding. It doesn't just look at random, disconnected screenshots. It understands the full context, the visuals, and the spoken dialogue of an entire moving video. And third, deeper computer automation integration. This means it can perform multi-step tasks across different apps without you manually babysitting every single step of the way.
Let's actually see how this builds into a practical, real-world workflow. Imagine you're a content creator or a business owner researching AI automation trends. In step 1, you simply drop a YouTube link or upload a video file right into the chat. Then, in step 2, Grok instantly performs a deep analysis of the visual footage and the dialogue. You just ask it to extract the key points and build a strategy breakdown. And then, step 3, you tell it to export that breakdown as a professional, fully formatted PDF right on the spot. What used to take 5 separate tools and an hour of formatting is now accomplished in one single step. Honestly, that is the true power of high-level automation.
Moving right along to part 3, performance, costs, and voice.
Looking under the hood, the overall intelligence of this model has jumped noticeably. Where Grok 4.3 really shines right now is in following complex, multi-step instructions. Say you're building automated customer support flows for your business. Well, this model manages those complicated logic trees so cleanly. Now, it might not be the absolute #1 model in every single obscure niche category out there, but for long, complicated workflows, it absolutely holds its own against the very best in the industry.
But here is the part that genuinely surprised pretty much everyone analyzing this rollout. Despite all of these massive functional upgrades, the native video, the document generation, the advanced reasoning, the cost has actually come down compared to the previous version. Seriously, it is smarter, faster, and surprisingly cheaper. In an AI industry where models usually get significantly more expensive as they get smarter, Grok 4.3 completely bucked that trend.
And for the developers out there, the value just keeps multiplying. Grok 4.3 now includes this incredible built-in voice infrastructure. We're talking speech-to-text, text-to-speech, multi-language support, real-time processing, and speaker detection, all native to the model. So if you're building a voice assistant or a transcription tool, you no longer need to string together a bunch of separate, third-party APIs. The entire ecosystem you need is already baked right in.
And this really points to a much bigger picture. The developers at XAI are rolling out an expanding ecosystem that includes encrypted messaging, voice and video calling, and an embedded AI assistant. Grok is no longer just a standalone chat window you open in a separate tab, right? The grand vision here is to embed AI directly into the communication layer of your daily work.
Now let's get into part 4, trade-offs and limitations.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that, as with any emerging technology, it isn't perfect, and you absolutely need to know exactly where its blind spots are. When you weigh the immediate workflow benefits against the realities, a clear picture emerges. On the pro side, you have the lower costs, the frictionless document creation, and that incredible native video input. But we have to look at the cons, too. First, as the model became more capable, the hallucination risk went up slightly. If you are dealing with critical financial data or legal specs, you must double-check the outputs. Please don't just fire and forget. Second, and this is probably the biggest weakness, there is no memory across conversations. Every single time you start a new session, Grok 4.3 starts completely fresh. It doesn't remember your brand voice, past projects, or even who you are. You have to re-explain the context every single time, which, can definitely be a limitation for highly personalized, long-term workflows.
Finally, let's wrap up with part 5. Who should actually use it?
So, knowing all of this, the incredible execution capabilities weighed against the lack of memory. The crucial point is this: the real skill in AI right now isn't just prompting, it's knowing which model to use for which job. Grok 4.3 definitely earns a permanent place in your toolkit if you fit into these categories. If you run automation-heavy workflows, this is a total game changer. If you are a video content creator, the ability to drop full footage in and get instant analysis and scripts is just unmatched. If you manage a community and need to build customer support flows, or if you're a developer exploring voice-enabled tools, this model gives you the exact leverage that actually moves the needle in your business.
The AI landscape is rapidly shifting toward full execution, and those who adapt to these tools early are going to have a massive advantage. If you want to stay ahead and master these new workflows, make sure to like this explainer, share it with your team, and comment below with the feature you're most excited to try out. Subscribe for more deep dives into the future of tech. But I want to leave you with this final thought-provoking question as you look at your own daily tasks. With the ability to instantly turn full videos into polished strategy documents, which part of your workflow will you automate first? Start testing it out today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.